Let's
Just give
start
this a
the
minute.
present. Yeah, sure.
And as I come, everyone, welcome to Mentoring STEM and Tech Emerging Professionals Workshop. And today with us as a mentor, we have a Fraser from General Electric, and he'll be talking about careers at the crossroad of energy and engineering, and will be giving you insights on how you can enter into General Electrics both in Pakistan and international. So over to you, Fraser, now. Thank you for.
Thank you. Let's start with the presentation and maybe we can walk through that. Yeah. So as you already know, my name is Afrasyab. Currently, I'm working as a general operations support specialist at GE Vernova. So that's a brief introduction about me. Can we move to the next page? So this is what I have been doing and about a brief introduction about my academic background and my professional background. So I graduated in 2012 with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, and in 2013, I joined the power industry. Before that, I was doing an internship with Wärtsilä, which is an also another big giant, tech giant like General Electric, which provides electricity and builds power plants. So after Wärtsilä, basically, I landed this role as an assistant performance engineer in 2013. So then went to Descom, then again from Descom, then basically I went to GE in 2017. In 2021, I get a chance to be recruited in executive MBA from LUMS. So in 21, I graduated from LUMS with an executive MBA, and then again joined GE Vernova in 2024 as a general operations support specialist. So this is a brief introduction about me. So what exactly do I do? I am basically part of the O&M team, which provides operation and maintenance to GE power plants for gas turbine, steam turbine, and overall balance of plants of the power plant. So that's what I do. And as a performance engineer, my responsibility is that all equipment performance is up to the mark, and we are meeting the performance guarantees that we have committed to our customers. Next slide, please. So before we jump into what GE does and what is going on around in GE and what are the type of opportunities that you could have, let me give you an overview of the power market that is in Pakistan. So on top, you have the government of Pakistan, definitely. Then there is WAPDA. Then Ministry of Energy is the main giant that basically handles what is going on in the power market. So you have distribution companies that DISCO, then you have NTDC, which controls the transmission. Then you have GENCOs, which are generation companies that are managed by government of Pakistan. And then you have NPCC, National Power Control Center. And after that, you have CPPA, Central Power Purchase Agency. So all of these are basically agencies which are working for the government, and they are basically managing all over the power industry in Pakistan. Then you have the IPPs. So GE is in both GENCOs and in IPPs and in NTDC. So GE is helping all these three venues in Pakistan. Then you have the regulator that is NEPRA, and then you have CAEC, which is basically your, you can say, nuclear power plants that is Chashma, Canup, and whatnot. Then you have some private players as well. One is KE and CPP, that is captive power plants. So currently, as you all know, the challenges that the power industry is facing, and it's all over the news, it's all over everywhere that power industry is not doing well, and there are things what not circulating. So apart from the news that you see is that we are definitely suffering from circular debt, there are transmission losses, then there is a lot of load shedding, the infrastructure is old, and the grid is not stable. More often than not, you see a nationwide blackout. So these are some of the key challenges that our grid is currently facing. Next, please. So what is the presence of GE in Pakistan? So GE is working in Pakistan since 60 years in the power industry. And in aviation and healthcare, they have been working before that as well. So, as a medal of honor to, you can say, Pakistan, we were the first one to get 9E gas turbines, the frame 9E gas turbines in the Gulf region. We are the second country to get the 9HA, which is the flagship and the latest gas turbines of General Electric. So, as terms of adopting to the technology for the GE, and GE has always been supporting Pakistan. So, we have this badge of honors with us. After that, we have like strong partnership with the government because we are working with gencos and private sector as well. So this is something that we are working with. Apart from that, we are working in power generation equipment. We are working with grid solutions. Currently, Pakistan is also shifting toward DC transmission because there is a lot of new power plants that are coming in. Coal generation is coming in. GE is also working in steam turbines in coal generation, and a lot of big plants are coming in. So basically, we are working in transmission as well to help the government of Pakistan. Then we are working in healthcare. GE Aviation has always been there, especially our biggest client, PIA is always there. And then we are offering digital solutions as well. So major projects you can say is renewable grid, and then that comes to the gas turbine as far as the power industry is concerned. Next, please. So now, regarding the portfolio that we have, not in Pakistan, but all over the world, is that GE has gas turbines, heavy duty gas turbines to be precise. So gas turbines is basically the heart of the power plant, which generates the most of the energy, and they are basically the cornerstone of the technology that GE offers to their clients in terms of power. So H class is the latest technology which provides like 62% of efficiency, proven technology. And then we have F class, then we have aeroderivative turbines. All of these technologies are available in Pakistan, working in different capacity with different clients and with different plant owners. What GE offers is a high combined cycle efficiency as well as low emissions when it comes to power plants. Then we have digital solutions in which we have offered digital predictive maintenance, cybersecurity, and real-time monitoring. So this is something that not only engineers like electrical engineers can work with, but people from IT, people from computer background can also help with this because these solutions do use AI, these use machine learning technologies, and these is something that you can work on. Then the flagship project that GE is working and other clients are basically building on it is Predix platform and the APM platform. So APM is asset performance management. So the thing is that whenever there is a big asset, the most important and utmost thing is to how reliable is it? How long can it run without breaking down? What is the maintenance duration between two schedule outages? So that's something you need to ask about. Like, how long can I run it before I have to stop it and do a scheduled maintenance? So asset performance manager basically comes into play where it helps condition monitoring rather than being scheduled. It monitors the condition, optimizes the performance, and tells the client like this is what happening on, and maybe you can run this equipment for this long. And Predix is the platform, another real-time analysis. So this is another domain where not only engineers from mechanical background, electrical background come, but also from computer background do help us out in working how we can extend the useful life of our equipment and how we can extend the outages. Power Up is another program. It's not currently in Pakistan. It was in Pakistan like 5 years back, but it didn't. But it's not now, right now, in which they offer different performance improvement solution. So this is kind of my domain where I basically help different clients. I have worked with different clients in optimizing their plant performance, achieving their targets, and what uh, in optimizing their fuel consumption and whatnot. This is where I come in basically. Then there is another model in which we offer digital twin technology, like we compare the exact what should be there, like what performance should be there, and what is the current performance, and what is the discrepancy, where are the things that are lagging behind, and how you can help out. And there is another initiative that is PI, that's performance intelligence. That's the cornerstone of this. and in which we basically help out our clients to get more out of our solutions. Now, currently the install base in Pakistan is like we have 55 plus heavy duty gas turbines in Pakistan and more than 10 plus power plants, about 7,000 megawatts of installed capacity. And the flagship projects are three 9HA projects, that's Bikhi, Baloki, and Haveli Bahadur Shah. These are the three flagship projects that we already have in Pakistan. Next, please. Oh, so as you already know about products and the services that GE have, but judging from that, you know that in Pakistan, GE is a service-oriented company. We don't produce anything in Pakistan, and there is only service-oriented. So these are kind of the contracts that we have. One is transaction. So before like jumping into like what are the opportunities, you should know what is exactly their model, how on which model do we operate at. So one is transactional contract in which we only offer no long-term contract. This is just for parts and stuff. So like we will get an order from any client, any who is operating our gas turbine, and they would ask us like, we need so services and how quickly you can give us and what would be like timeline and stuff. So this is the basic, the bare bone contract that we have us with some of our clients just for parts and services. Then we have multi-year maintenance agreements in which we do offer some guarantees as well. And we have planned maintenance with them, and we have repairs and outage services as well. Then comes the CSA model. Most of the clients do opt for CSA model. What's the benefit for CSA model is that GE would get a scheduled payment out of clients, and it would not disturb their income stream. And they would offer scheduled maintenance, even breakdowns as well. So this is a win-win situation for GE as well as its clients. And lastly, we have O&M agreement in which we like take over all of the power plant. We do look after the O&M as well as for gas turbines. In the first three, we were only looking for the gas turbines and maybe in some part for steam turbine as well, but no other equipment was covered. But in the last contract, we do cover complete plant, whatever is there in the battery limits, we do cover it. Next slide, please. So, regarding engineers, so can anyone like let me know, are there people who are graduating, are current studying, or people who are like from already working somewhere? Can you like give in some answers in the chat? That would be really nice. Let me know. Are you still studying, people, or are working somewhere? So I have one answer. Okay, MBA, I'm still studying.
All those who are current students, kindly raise your hand, please. Thank you.
So I have a few answers in which most of you guys are studying. One is working in tech, okay, electrical engineering, data sciences, okay. Okay, so the thing is, this would be something that I would be breaking down for people who are studying and people who are already working in some capacity in any industry or whatnot. So the first two options are for the people who are currently studying. So the CSLP program is there for the people who are currently studying. If you want to break into GE website is the primary source to look for the opportunities. So like if you want to join any of the likes, if you want to be a CSA, if you want to join the O&M team, like CSLP is the prime flagship project that we have. So like it's a leadership program. We have students for MBA, LUMS MBA who have joined this program. Saima Shoker was there with us, and then other people who have like joined this program and have done great in GE. So this is something that you should look for. Not only in Pakistan, we do have this project in Gulf as well. Maybe you will find some opportunity in UAE. Maybe you will also find some opportunity in Saudi as well, because Saudi G is expanding a lot. Saudi is spending a lot of money. So you will also find this opportunity outside of Pakistan as well. Then you have finance trainees. Finance trainees are also good opportunity for people who have like financial background or who want to join this thing. And most of these opportunities are available with people uh, in mostly in Gulf region, because the financial services in Pakistan as well as in this region are managed from Dubai. So like these are the opportunities that are present only in outside Pakistan. Then people from the engineering background, especially people with electrical background, mechanical engineering background, these are the opportunities for those people. Field services. So as you know that we provide field services as well for the gas turbine that we have installed. So our customer do have the contracts and we have to perform the outages. So you can be a mechanical TA, a control TA, and an electrical TA. So what does TA means? T is a technical advisor. So the thing is that you will be hired on the basis of your previous experience or on the basis of your degree. And then you will have go through a rigorous training of like 6 months to 8 months in US. And after that, you will join the field services. So like this is one of the flagship project in which we basically train people and then they basically manage the outage, manage the manpower, manage tax and whatnot. That's happening on ground. This is what's happening on ground. But in leadership program, you will only be managing contracts, not what is happening on ground. So if you are happy to work in field and happy to work 12 hours a day, this is a project for you. This is something that you could join, but definitely you will be always on the run. Like you will be joining one plant for like 7 days, and then you have to catch somewhere, and there is something outage going somewhere elsewhere. So you will be in other part of the country or maybe other part of the world as well. So you will travel a lot. You will have no social life, but you will learn a lot as well. So this is the, if you want to do this, this is something you could look for. So previously our one field services, before going into one field services, this company was called Fieldcore. Now it is known as One Field Services, which is a sister company of GE. You can maybe Google it or maybe look into LinkedIn about the opportunities that they are having. They just hired 3 people, fresh graduates with like 1 year experience or so in as a mechanical TA and as well as a control TA. So look out for opportunities, and these are open for everyone, and maybe you can get there. And then they are out on-site services. It's kind of a similar program, but the job that they do is kind of different. You could be a boroscopic inspector, you could be a generator inspector in GE, you could be offering tooling inspections and as well as tooling center. You could be managing tooling center because GE has specific tools to for every equipment. So you will be managing like where would this tool be needed in the next outage. So you can manage that as well. You definitely need an engineering background to know how is it maintained. But people who are not from engineering can also do that, because it's more of an you can say operational role rather than an engineering role regarding the tooling center. But for the rest of it, you definitely need an engineering background because it helps. Then you can be a part of the O&M team. Regarding the contracts, the final is that you can be a part of the O&M team. And as part of the O&M, you can join the maintenance team. For example, I've came to know most of the people are here from electrical engineering. So you could be an electrical engineer or as well as an INC engineer. But definitely you have to start from the bottom. You have to start as a trainee engineer. So being a trainee engineer, then you learn the stuff and then you rise up the ranks. This is where I started. I joined operations way back in 2013. So for the first year, I was basically learning the overall operations, how things operate, what is control room, what is DCS, what is Mark 6C, what are the technologies, what are the parameters. I was learning that. And after like 1 year or so, maybe 1.5 year, I was given the opportunity to move to performance. So I basically went to performance. It's more of a desk job, kind of a data analyst, which looks into the data that's from the instrumentation, operations, and commercial point of view. And you will also be managing the commercial aspects of contracts as well if you want to be in performance. But regarding the operation, it's mostly like managing what's going on, the in out of output, electricity, and as well as the fuel consumption, and you'll be managing all this stuff. It's kind of managing the control room altogether. Okay, regarding the O&M, O&M has a barrier, or you can say a downside to it, or maybe all these programs do have a downside to it, not exactly, but people who are working in all these fields do start up with third party hiring. Like me, as you can see from my career, I started off with you can say Albario engineering, and then I moved up the ladder as I gathered more experience, build up contacts, build up like connections, and then I move up the ladder. I have seen a lot of people who have started with Albario engineering as a trainee engineer or whatnot, manage outages, and join the third party, and then move up the ladder and maybe end up in good roles as well. So this is something you can try out. We do have these opportunities as well, like project and contract management, mostly in grid as well as in new installation. But they do look for people who have previous some experience with GE or in any other EPC contractor or something. So for people with fresh experience, I don't think so this is an opportunity for you guys. Similarly, going to grid, grid people also look for some kind of previous experience in grid. So maybe you can join some kind of Chinese or maybe third party vendors who are working in small installation or something, and then move up the ladder and join GE. Then we have some kind of support function as well, which is finance, IT, and HR. These are also available in Pakistan, but they are very limited. You can find like one or two opportunities here in Pakistan, and most people who are already working here, they also like shifted from other companies. Like we have no training program or like fresh graduate program for these functions. So if you're working in any other company, maybe you can come to GE if you find an opportunity. But as a fresh graduate, I think it's not for you. Next slide. Um, Aisha.
Yes, Upeta.
Next slide.
I have changed it.
Oh,
Can you
breaking.
see
Oh,
the
sorry.
breaking barriers here?
Yeah, yeah. So this is what I would call breaking the barriers. So the thing is, getting into LUMS, getting into any university is just the 25% that you have done your job. I know you have worked hard to be here wherever you are. You have done good. I really appreciate it. But this is just the 25% of your job. What is the next 25% is getting more connections. These are kind of the reflections that I have from my experience, the things that have worked for me, or the things that I have noticed throughout my career, throughout my experiences. So the thing is that luckily, when I was in NUST, we had like small batch. We had good connection with our juniors and seniors. Whenever you join the industry, whenever you are working, whenever you are looking for opportunities, do look out for your seniors, do look out for your juniors, what they are doing, how they have made it. Do get guidance from them and try to build as much connections as much as possible with your juniors and seniors. It can be through events, it can be through anything if you want. What I see is that as long as you don't, if you know where your senior is from, like what is the name of his city, where he's from, where is he from, how many siblings he has, so where does he live? Is that a level of connections that you really need? It's just not that you know his name. What is his interest? So try to be engaging, try to learn more about people, what are their interests, and how to know. Like I have been to multiple locations outside of Pakistan, and most of the time I do find my seniors or my juniors working there in other companies or something, and I do meet up with them so that I build up all these connections and I like nourish these connections because these are really important. These are your promoters who will definitely help you out. So this will make up the 50% of the work that you already need. And the rest of the 50% is like your hard work and then your luck and what other things that you do around it. So how to build connections is like university is your like first ground. Play as much, practice as much here as you can, because it's the one-on-one interaction. Be humble, be polite, like don't like be that guy who is approachable by everyone. So be that guy. So after that, you can be use LinkedIn as well. So LinkedIn is like try to connect people who are working in the industry. So you can see like in Pakistan, there are like a few big players in the power industry. One is GE, another could be Siemens, another could be like Chinese vendors and something. So you can like see like, okay, I want to be in the power industry. Like you need to look out the people who are working already in them. Try to find commonalities. Try to reach out to people with humbleness and see if they can guide you. Okay. And then look out, like you have to study their profile as well, what they are doing, what they have been doing, how they have been, how they reach there. So like what I would do is like copy all their description and like paste it in chat GPT to understand like, okay, this is what they do and this is what it means, and do I know this, or do I need to more do I need to more do about it or learn about it. So you can learn about it, what they are doing and what they have been doing, and then build a connection. Try to make connection. Someone has an unmuted mic. If you can mute your mic, please.
कौन है भाई?
Okay. So, previous slide, please. Okay. Now build an online presence. Like whatever you are doing in your like academics, you should be posting about it. You should be constantly posting about your events that you're doing. Build an online presence. Like the connections that you have are your audience, and you should be giving there's like every month, at least twice, once every 2 weeks, you should be giving something to them, that this is what you are doing, this is the project that you're working on, this is what you have achieved, this is what you have learned. So this is something that you could work out. Then another is career events. I have seen LUMS do tremendous job in connecting you guys with people. And like I am not an expert exactly in talking about it, but definitely you might have good sessions in how to build your CV and how to meet people and what are the companies that are coming. So LUMS is like have got you covered over there, definitely. So another part is study, not just engineering. So when I was in engineering, I used to do projects that were not specific to my field as well. So I was into robotics. Being an electrical engineer, I was into robotics and I participated in a lot of competition because I loved it. So try to find something that you love aside from engineering. Then what you have to study before going into an interview, or study about that company. If you study just okay, I'll study the courses that I have studied in engineering, that won't help you out. Or even if you are coming from a non-tech background, study about the company that is that you are going for. So that would really help you out. Then study about the people, like I told you earlier, study about the people who are already working in that, or in the same capacity. One thing is that you can Google and see what are the past, like in the past year, what are the roles that have come in Pakistan, in like UAE, in the Gulf region, what are the roles that have popped up, what are their requirements, do I fulfill those requirements? If I don't, how do I fulfill those requirements? What are the people who have got selected or something? You will definitely find people who are already working in those capacities. What are the attributes in their profiles? How do I build those attributes? So these are something questions that you should be asking yourselves and try to find answers to those. Then there's always a gatekeeper. At every job application there is always a gatekeeper. You should try to find that gatekeeper. And most often than not, there is an AI or there is a recruiter that is the gatekeeper. So try to find that gatekeeper and try to see how you can bypass or how you can like manage that gatekeeper. Then if you really want to be in power industry, you have to be street smart, because in power industry or in any industry in particular in general, you will be managing people like a crew of 40 people, maybe 80 people, from time to time, depending on the scope of work, depending on the outage. And like out of those 40 people, 20 would be skilled labor, maybe 10 would be unskilled labor. So you have to be street smart to deal with those unskilled labor as well, because you have the responsibility to do that outage. So you need that courage, you need that kind of street smartness to manage those people as well. Because being a student won't help you out in the industry. You have to be street smart. You have to be good enough to deal with every kind of people. You will be managing tax, you will be managing unskilled laborers. So you have unskilled labor. So you have to be good enough to manage all these kind of people. Another thing you should always look out for is the external factors that are maybe not in your control. For example, how's the economy doing? Because when I graduated, there was a lot of boom in the power industry. Today, maybe it's not there. So what can we do? Maybe we can look for other roles as well, because suppose if in the power industry they are not installing new power plants, they might be looking into someone who is into productivity, cost productivity, or maybe they are looking for someone who is into digital solutions. So like if some opportunities like fade away, someone who is not like they don't need someone in commissioning or something like that, new opportunities do pop up. So you need to find that trend, you need to look for those external factors and look like what are the new trends that are popping up and what are the previous trends that are fading out. So that's something that you should look for. Next slide, please. So I have created a small cheat sheet for you guys. If you want to work in GE in particular, and this is what I have seen would work if you want to be in GE. Regarding CV, regarding your LinkedIn, regarding other factors, how to prepare for interview. I guess you have a lot of other lectures and a lot of other mentors who have like covered those topics. But like coming to particularly in GE, how you can manage. So the thing is that look, always check GE website. We do offer jobs and internship. It's like always posted and people do get hired from there. So there are always opportunity internal as well for internal candidates. Like I'm already working in GE, so there will be some opportunities that are particular for me. But there are always opportunities in which we do consider the external candidate as well. So those opportunities are always open for you guys. Secondly, referral base is one of the key things that comes into play. So if you find people from GE online, try to build connections, especially if they are from LUMS. I can like see in Pakistan there are currently 5 to 6 people who are from LUMS, who have graduated from LUMS and still working for GE. So you can approach those guys, even if they're working outside. Even one of our executive MBA graduate is services director in UAE. You can approach him and you can like ask him, okay, I'm looking for this opportunity. This is what I find exciting in GE. These are the things that I'm looking for. And maybe if you can give me a referral or guide me through, people are generally nice enough and generally humble enough to guide you through the journey. So this is something that you could look for, and always look for your alumni. Alumni is the key that will definitely help you out. And then try to find the recruiter. Who is the recruiter? Who is basically the recruiter? If you like go to LinkedIn and search like recruiters at GE. So you will find up like multiple recruiters who are working for this region. So try to find those recruiters, try to approach those recruiters, follow their profile, follow the newsletters, because those recruiters are constantly posting new jobs which are on the portal, because you cannot be always on the portal and looking for it. But if you follow those profiles, you will definitely learn about news about new openings and new patterns that are coming in. So that's one way to look for it. Okay. Then learn about the interview patterns that are in GE or in particular for any job. Like what is the interview about? Learn about your CV. Try to be like as concise as possible. You have to have story about around every line. Then how would the interview go? Like what are the questions they would be asking? Like learn about the job description, learn about the people that are already doing certain jobs, and like this is what the comparison you should always have. How would the interview go? Is it online or is it offline? Mostly the interview nowadays are online. So like how would you present yourself online? What are the things that you should look about? So this is something that you should be really keen about. And to be honest, in let me give you an overview. First, you would be always in GE, you would be always be uh, shortlisted by a recruiter. And after recruiter, you will go to the HR and then you will have an interview. mostly a panel interview of 2 to 3 people. But this is something that you would look for. Okay. After that, learn the language of the company. Most of the companies have a certain way of describing certain things. For example, in General Electric, we don't call it gas turbine model. We call it frame size. So this is something that you should look for. We don't use the word blades. We use the word for stationary blade. We use the word vanes. So you should know the terminologies that they use. For rotary blades, we use the word buckets. So what does buckets mean? For you, it should you should know what are the terminologies that they use. For some company, blades mean they exactly what they are supposed to mean. But for GE, it's buckets, not blades anymore. So you should know the exact language that they use. When it comes to like financial review, we don't call it financial review. We call it come catch. So like what do they call? And you will find this lingo in the job description and also in the profile of people who are already working with. And one thing is GE Vernova way. This is the typical question that will always be asked with you. What is the GE Vernova way? So Aisha, if you can show the links that I shared with you, that would be really nice. So learning about GE is simple. If you go to this website, I've shared this with Aisha as well. Can you scroll down a bit? What is the culture of GE? What is GE Vernova Way? It's the second thing that pops up on the website. So learn about the GE Vernova Way. Can you scroll down a bit? Aisha, can you please scroll down? Yes. So the first one is innovation, customer, lean, one team, and then accountability. These are the 5G Vernova way. You should know about it. You have to have a story around it. That how do you think is this applicable to you? How do you think this would work for you? Even can you open the other link that I shared with you?
This one, Professor?
Yes. Can you scroll down? So these are like you should also know our products as well. This, like I already shared, these are the product portfolios. What are the heavy duty gas turbine, like what they do, what is the terminology that we are using, what are the frame sizes. So this is another link that they definitely would help you out. And there was another link that I wanted to show you. This that was a detailed report of the power market. How is the power market in Pakistan in generally working, and what are the things? It's a good read if you want to do it. It's a bit long, but if you want to know more about the power market, it's a good thing. So that's about it from my side. I would really like if we can like have some question answers.
Thank you, Professor. So anyone who has a question can raise your hand or write it in the chat box and we'll address it. Okay, so we have a question from Ali Yusuf. He's asking, working as a data engineer in battery degradation analysis. Okay, I think it's something else. Anyone has any question? I'll wait for 10 seconds and then if nobody has any question, then we'll end the session. So we have a question from I guess, and we don't have any questions. So thank you, Fraser, for joining us today and giving the overview of journal analytics and how students can enter in GE. And I'm quite hopeful that these students would have learned a lot from the session and would be now much clearer on how they can apply in GE and what are the career aspects in the power sector.
Aisha,
Yeah.
we do have a question from Ali, and
Yeah.
he's saying that yeah. So Ali is doing, I guess, MBA from LUMS. Is that right? Yeah, so Ali is
Very
doing
nice.
MBA from LUMS and he does not have an engineering degree. So Ali, like I shared with you, the contract management is the kind of position that you should look for. And CSA is contractual services agreement, and CPM are contract performance managers who are basically managing the contracts, how the outages would go on, how the financial would work. So this is something that you should look for. We do have 2 to 3 success stories of people doing MBA from LUMS. I'll give you a name. Rizwan Asim is one of those guys who did MBA from LUMS, and he's still working with us, and he's working as a CPM. So look out for his profile, connect with him. So previously there was another MBA graduate, Saima Shakir. She was also an MBA graduate without any technical background, and she was able to crack into GE as a CPM. So this is another success story that we have. So look out for people who do have MBA, like I told you, like with your university background. Look out for people who are graduates with the same degree program and who are working at GE. So maybe you will find answers and learn from their journey. So this is something I think you should be considering, because where I am working as an engineer with coming from the engineering background. I do have an executive MBA, but that's not something that I was hired for. I was hired as an engineer. So this is something you should connect with people which have an MBA and then went to join GE. What about the GE and the case of training? Okay. We do have another question. How can I apply to this position without engineering background? Okay, that's good. Sorry about that. I cannot share the emails exactly, but you have to look these people online through LinkedIn. That's the best resource I can give you. The second thing is, so GE does fall under Ministry of Energy, number one. And the second thing, the regulatory body in Pakistan is NEPRA, National Electric Power Regulatory Authority. So that's something, if you want to go like into government sector, you can also find job in NTDC, NEPRA, NPCC and stuff. So NEPRA is the regulator in Pakistan, which basically determines the